Hello, everyone, and happy Friday, October the 2nd. I hope everyone is doing well right now and everyone is safe, especially in light of the recent news that we received about President Trump, his First Lady, contracting COVID-19, and so many other people around the world that are contracting it at an increasing rate right now. We've seen spikes in Europe. We're seeing spikes in 16 states across this union that we live in, that we call the United States of America. And it doesn't seem like this virus is going away or that we are getting on top of it like we should. So that leads me to my topic for today and talking about the economic stimulus. The stimulus package, I should say, was passed yesterday by the House of Representatives, although it did not have true bipartisan support. So I'm going to give you the details about that and currently where we stand right now with our economy. The jobs report was just released this morning. I'm going to give you what our unemployment rate is as of right now, as well as moving forward what we expect on the economic stimulus front. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about all that next. Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Zachary Shelton Jr., and I'm the Chief Investment Officer of Warwick Shore Advisors. We are a wealth and investment management firm located in Orlando, Florida, with clients all across the United States. If this is your first time coming to my channel or seeing one of my videos, I ask that you please do me a favor and hitting the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I post a new video. And lastly, please like and share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. So before we get into the details of the economic stimulus package that was signed, or I should say that was passed in the House of Representatives last night, I want to give you a quick economic update that will dovetail into where I think we are going right now with our stimulus talks between both sides of the aisle. So as of this morning, literally as of 20 minutes ago after the recording of this video, we've had the release of the monthly unemployment rate. The unemployment rate has dropped from 8.2% down to 7.9%, which is a positive thing. We have seen a fluctuation though in the participation rate, which kind of explains a part of that drop in the unemployment rate. But the biggest thing to note about this drop in unemployment rate is that this is the highest that unemployment has ever been heading into an election season. Please remember that. That's going to be important later on in this conversation. Secondly, with the unemployment rate at 7.9% right now, falling just 3 basis points over the last month, that shows that we are trending downward, or at least the hiring is slower in this country as it was compared to that of May, June, July, and August. So it seems like we're starting to either have more layoffs or we're getting to the point where the country and the economy is starting to flatline from a standpoint of hiring new people. This is also very important, and you'll see why when we talk about that in our next topic. Thirdly, we've seen there's been a lot of companies this week that have announced significant layoffs going forward. For one, we know that the moratoriums on the layoffs in the airline industry ended on September 30th. There's a massive amount of airline workers, or those attached to the airline industry, that were slated to lose their jobs as of yesterday, which is October 1st. In addition to that, the cruise line industry has been sidelined again through the rest of this month by the CDC. Many of those cruise lines, Norwegian, Carnival, and all of them have noted that they're going to have to lay off some of their employees in the near-term future. And lastly, when it comes to the unemployment rate, Disney has announced this week that they're going to lay off 28,000 of its cast members. So when you put all of that together, we have a picture that is not so rosy when it comes to our unemployment rate right before an election period. So although we've seen a reduction in our unemployment rate, it seems like that reduction is slowing down and we're starting to move in the opposite direction, which is very, very unfortunate. It's very possible that the October numbers, which will come out in the beginning of November, will show that there has been an even further reduction in the amount of new hires, and it potentially could turn negative. The most recent reading that we saw for this month, I should say, for the month of September, which was released today, showed that there were 661,000 new jobs added to our economy. Now, we've been trending at a point of about 1 million jobs plus for the last several months. As of right now, that number is dwindling down, and that is partly contributed to more layoffs that are taking place as opposed to a lack of new hires that are going back to work. In November, we're expecting that number to be even lower or possibly flat when it comes to that of the October layoff season. So when you think about all of that and when you put everything together from that economic standpoint and where we are currently in the calendar of our election season, it is very, very possible that we will see some sort of economic stimulus that comes to light, comes to pass in a very, very near term future. So what we have that took place last night is the House of Representatives did move forward without bipartisan support to vote on and pass the new HEROES Act 2.0, which I've been calling it. It hasn't had the official name yet. So the $2.2 trillion stimulus package has been passed in the House of Representatives, and it is being sent over to the Senate for vote, which Steve Mnuchin and Senator Mitch McConnell said that is not likely that they're going to vote on it and they're going to pass, but hopefully they will bring something forward within the Senate that will counteract to the $2.2 trillion stimulus that the House of Representatives have passed. So as of right now, we have two bills that have been passed by the House of Representatives. One that was $3.4 trillion back in May, and then another one yesterday that was $2.2 trillion. So it seems like the Democrats are really doing their job and they're at least trying to come to the table with something. Hopefully we can get the Republicans on the other side of the aisle to push forward and at least have something proposed, something at least voted on that can really move us forward and get our economy where it needs to be. We are currently right there on the edge of a tipping point in our economy. Without the economic stimulus and without the help needed for PP&E for many companies, many restaurants, many schools around this country, we could possibly see a significant surge in coronavirus cases again, as we're starting to trend up right now. What this means is that more quarantines will take place and more isolations will take place all across this country. And we know what that looked like in March. When everything was isolated, we saw a lot of volatility in the stock market. We saw a lot of volatility in the unemployment market. A lot of people lost jobs. A lot of people were unable to eat. And there was just a lot of economic carnage as well as physical and social pain that took place. So with this being the case, I personally believe that we will see something that happens on the economic stimulus front, and hopefully it will happen soon. Hopefully sooner than later. Hopefully it will not be dragged out. And lastly, I want to just say that I am praying for everyone that is out there that has contracted the virus. I read all of my comments and I try to get to all of them and respond to all of them, but I've seen a lot of comments about loved ones who have passed away from the virus, and I am praying for all of those families out there, praying for everyone that has contracted the virus for a speedy recovery, and I'm praying for medical science to really be able to move expeditiously and provide us with some sort of relief in the form of a vaccine or in the form of a very, very significant positive treatment for COVID-19 that can be disseminated to everyone, not just the celebrities out there. If this is your first time coming to my channel or seeing one of my videos, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I post a new video. And lastly, please like and share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. Thank you so much and have a great day.